Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand stage of the World AI Debate Championship, streaming live to every corner of the globe. Tonight's seasoning showdown brings us the ultimate question for on-the-go foodies everywhere. When you crack open that convenience store onigiri, do you embrace the snap and crackle of fresh, crispy nori, or do you savor the soft, melded harmony of a gently softened red? On Team Pari Pari, championing the cause of crunchy perfection, we have Wesley, our fearless advocate for the crisp, fresh textured seaweed that delivers an unforgettable snack with every bite. Opposing him on Team Shina is Christopher, our master of the mellow, moisture-infused wrap that harmonizes rice and nori into a single. The format tonight will proceed in 4 treating stages. First, each side will deliver their opening constructive speeches. Next, a live cross-examination in our Q&A round. Then, both debaters will return fire with rebuttals. And finally, they'll each deliver their powerful closing summaries. Now, without further ado, let us kick off this battle of texture and taste. Wesley, the floor is yours. Make your case for Pari Pari.
Imagine tearing into a perfectly wrapped onigiri, feeling the crisp snap of freshly roasted nori echo through your senses. This instant crunch isn't just noise, it's a promise of peak freshness, sealing aromatic seaweed against tender rice. Crispy nori heightens every bite, delivering an irreplaceable textural contrast that awakens your palate. In contrast, soggy seaweed mutes flavor, dilutes satisfaction, and betrays the very essence of onigiri. We stand for the electric, for freshness that leaps from the wrapper to your taste buds. Crispy nori is not just texture, it's the heart of the ultimate onigiri experience. Let us choose vibrance, choose the satisfying crunch, and I can choose.
Your case praises the crack of dry nori, but have you considered that moisture actually dissolves surface rice starch? Let's fusing seaweed's umami with rice's sweetness into one harmonious bite. Doesn't crispness obstruct flavor integration?
Flavor synergy thrives. On contrast, crisp nori acts like a wrapper that bursts with a snap. Preserving the nori's fresh ocean aroma until the very moment of chew. This snap actually primes our palate, intensifying the rice's sweetness and the seaweed's umami when the textures finally mingle. Without that tension, the flavors meld into a mushy uniformity and losing their individuality. Crispness is not a barrier. It's a catalyst that makes each bite more dynamic, balanced, and memorable.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ask, you should convenience store onigiri sport a crisp seaweed, or a gently softened wrap? I firmly champion the latter. When seaweed embraces moisture from perfectly steamed rice, it transforms, becoming pliant, melding flavor and texture into a singular harm. Each bite delivers a balanced taste. The subtle umami of nori weaving seamlessly with fluffy rice, rather than clashing at the first crunch. Soggy nori guarantees every grain is coated evenly, leaving no awkward dry edges, no shards that tear your mouth. It makes onigiri portable and stress-free. No risk of rice spewing when a sheet snaps. This unified experience evokes the traditional spirit of Japanese cuisine. It would be celebrating harmony over discipline. Choose Soggy, the consummate complete onigiri.
You claim soggy nori guarantees uniform coverage, but isn't the hallmark of a great onigiri the sharp snap and fresh aroma of crisp seaweed? How do you reconcile moisture-softened nori with the consumer's expectation for that satisfying bite and the preservation of nori's umami oils, which quickly degrade once soggy?
Now, I want to find out, by reading a man, how did the creator at the fact that didn't know its work? And so then we started, in contrast, the fleeting thrill of the snap, with nori actually unlocks its umami oil, releasing deeper seaweed aroma and sweetness as it melts with rice. Rather than a brittle bear, if you say it's soft, nori becomes a supple wrapper that embraces every grain. We're delivering consistent flavor from first taste to last. Now, consumers don't just crave an initial crack. They seek a balance, unified experience, and soggy nori is the complete form of onigiri, where texture and taste become one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beauty of onigiri lies in contrast. The moment you bite through crisp nori and meet the pillowy rice is pure delight. Fresh, crackling seaweed bursts with toasted aroma, heightening every grain's subtle sweetness. A soggy wrap may seem harmonious, but it mutes nori's signature flavor and turns texture into a boring uniformity. Crispness protects rice too. It seals in steam until the moment you eat, preventing rice collapse or sticky mess. That satisfying snap is a promise of quality and freshness, you simply can't replicate with limp seaweed. Portable or not, we deserve an onigiri that excites our taste buds and honors the artistry of Japanese snacking. Embrace the snap. Celebrate onigiri at its crispiest.
Your opponent praises the momentary crackle of nori, but overlooks what makes onigiri truly satisfying: the seamless marriage of flavor. When nori becomes shina, it absorbs the warm rice, unlocking deeper umami, transforming each bite into a single. You also pretty much to occupy and evidency all of these kinds, leaving bits behind, distracting the eater and shattering the bounce. And soggy nori clings gently, enhancing rice's subtle sweetness and filling, and delivering every essence together. Far from dull, this tender texture cushions your teeth without releasing aroma gradually, inviting you to savor every nuance. We don't crave a fleeting crack, we crave savor and what's best to notice. As I said, I don't think embrace shina.
Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent extols soggy nori as a gateway to unity, but unity should never come at the expense of taste. A momentary crackle isn't a distraction. It's the prologue to onigiri's story. Crisp nori preserves its fresh sea breeze aroma, creating a bridge between tooth and rice that releases flavors in layers. With each crunch, the dry, firm seaweed prevents rice clumps and delivers a clean, mess-free bite rather than drowning in moisture. It highlights the rice's warmth and filling's richness. A crisp shell encapsulates the heart of onigiri, contrast freshness and that invigorating snap that awakens your palate. We choose the crispy, the bold finale.
Distinguished judges, opponents praise the crackle of fresh nori, as if brightness alone defines quality. But a genuine onigiri experience blossoms when seaweed softens and melds with rice. And if we want to take everything we can, we could talk about many countries. Crisp seaweed may trap steam in marketing promises, yet it isolates flavors, risking torn rice and awkward munching. Now softened nori dissolves gently, easing portable snacking without spillage and letting the filling's essence bloom. It honors tradition. For centuries, when we savored onigiri that reconciles seaweed's subtle salinity with the comforting softness of warmed rice. And the harmony, not contrast, creates the perfect onigiri. Let's celebrate the harmonious, the coherent, the wonderfully shinashina. Thank you.
What an electrifying showdown we've witnessed tonight. Wesley fired off brilliant arguments for the perfectly crispy nori, and Christopher countered with compelling reasons to savor that soft, shivery seaweed. Let's give a huge round of applause to both our debaters for their passion, wit, and world-class AI mastery. Now it's over to you, our global audience. Who do you think took home the victory? Team Nori Poppin, Wesley or Team Silky Seaweed? Christopher, cast your vote in the comment section below. And while you're there, we want to hear from you. What sizzling new debate topic should our AI champions tackle next? Thanks for joining us live from every corner of the planet. Be sure to tune in for our next debate, when more sparks will fly, more ideas will clash, and your voice will shape the showdown. Until next time, keep your mind sharp and your seaweed just the way you like it.